Hi, welcome to my channel, My Great Wall of Manga. I'm Amanda and I've been in love with manga for well over a decade. In fact, I even built a wall out of it. On this channel, I'll be pulling a series off the wall at random, and we'll go over a quick summary, introduce you to some of the main characters of the series, and I'll give you 5 reasons why you should read this manga. Okay, in this episode, we're going to be looking at the manga Dictatorial Grimoire. Story and art by Ayumi Kano. Okay, the story is about a high school boy named Otogi Grimm, who is a very distant relative of the Brothers Grimm, the guys that wrote down all those European fairy tales. And after his mother's death, he's summoned to a house that is believed to be haunted by his father via just sending him a letter. As Otogi is kind of investigating the house and, looking around, and it certainly warrants the reputation of being haunted. It looks pretty darn abandoned and haunted. It is super dirty, filled with cobwebs and dust, like furniture thrown around. It looks bad. It looks really bad. Anyhow, he hears a noise coming from the basement of the house. And when he goes to investigate what it is, he finds that it's a demon that calls himself Cinderella. Otogi soon finds out that all the fairy tales that the Brothers Grimm wrote about, they're actually not really fairy tales at all. They're loosely based on actual demons that the brothers made contracts with. And these demons, they're not nice. They're definitely not nice. Or particularly sane. They're kind of messed up. Now it's Otogi's responsibility to get all these demons that his family has contracts with under wraps and get them under control again. Because at this point, it's been like hundreds of years since anybody actually paid attention to these demons, and they've kind of been left up to their own devices, and they didn't necessarily spend their time doing good deeds. So, now Otogi is responsible for cleaning up the mess that his ancient ancestors caused for him. Next up is the characters. First up is Otogi, the main character. He's 14 years old, and he has a bit of a chip on his shoulder. And so he doesn't really like taking crap from anybody. And he has very little patience for the antics of people. He isn't exactly the friendliest person to his new class, that because he moved to a new home, he had to switch schools. And when he met his new classmates, he wasn't exactly the friendliest person. They were, maybe a little bit nosy, but he was also pretty darn snarky to them. And so his personality actually works pretty well to try to get demons to stop causing trouble and get them under control. He doesn't really take crap from them. Next up is Cinderella. Cinderella is not a damsel in distress. He's a kind of charming butlery type character. He reminds me a lot of Sebastian from Black Butler. The thing is, he's also a demon that is being forced to act a certain way, so he can't really be trusted all that much. When it comes down to it, he will do whatever it takes to benefit himself. So that doesn't always mean doing what's best for Otogi. So yes, he is charming and he makes for an excellent butler, but no, he's not the most trustworthy person. And last up is Hiyori. Yuri is a cute girl at school that Otogi kind of likes, and she definitely has a little bit of a crush on him. Because she kind of has a crush on him, she tends to show up in places where maybe it's not the safest place for her to be, like when a demon is on a rampage and Otogi runs in to try to get it under control because it's one of the demons that his family has a contract with. She sometimes follows him, and it's not exactly the most safest thing to do. But thankfully, either Otogi or Cinderella does manage to keep her out of the worst of the conflict, but unfortunately, she often finds herself in quite a few predicaments. Okay, and 5 reasons to read Dictatorial Grimoire. The first one is, it's just a fun twist on standard European fairy tales. It's all the ones that everybody knows and loves, like Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, and it puts a kind of really interesting goth twist on all of them. So, because, all of the main characters of these fairy tales are actually demons. So it definitely has some very surprising results. I would definitely say if you like Black Butler, you're probably going to like this manga. Number 2, it has great artwork. Not just the fight scenes and the magic being used in the series, but also the character designs are so cool. And some of the costumes are really intricate and very interesting looking. I kind of wish that the entire manga series was in color, so you could actually see the costumes better than the standard manga black and white. But very cool character design. Number 3. It's a very short series with only 11 chapters. I have the entire series in an omnibus, and yeah, it's the entire series. I guess as individual volumes, there's only 3 of them, 2 or 3 of them. But yeah, so if you want a series that you can read the entire thing in 1 or 2 days, this is definitely a good series to go for. Number 4. It's a shoujo manga with plenty of action and fight scenes. If you want a lot more action-packed shoujo, this is definitely a series for you. It is almost borderlining on a shonen battle manga, that type of thing. It's right on the border of that. So it's almost to that point of action-packed. But it still has some shoujo stuff. It's not completely shonen. And number 5. If you like Kingdom Hearts, or the more dark storylines and goth parts of Kingdom Hearts, or Black Butler, you will definitely like this series. It definitely has some goth-lowly vibes to it. It definitely has the fairy tales from Kingdom Hearts. It has very similar character design to Kingdom Hearts. In fact, when I was flipping through the manga just a moment ago, it was wow, I could have sworn this character was in Kingdom Hearts. But it's well, no, after I compared it, it's a little bit different, but not that much. So if you like the characters and character designs of Kingdom Hearts, but you liked the story of Black Butler, then this is the perfect manga series for you. Okay, and that is my review of Dictatorial Grimoire. Thank you for visiting my channel, My Great Wall of Manga. If you're interested in anime too, please visit my website, animehanabi.com.